Right, day 3. Going to do the best of both first and second day. Off from the hotel, off to the gondola. Away we go. So just a 2-minute ride from the hotel, not even that, 1-minute ride into hotel, into the main precinct area. Gondolas at the far side. It's a nice gentle ride through the pedestrian zone. Absolutely beautiful little alpine resort dedicated to skiing and biking. There you go, a bit more of the town, village. Bike shops galore, ski shops in winter, restaurants, cafes, bars, bike wash stations, you name it. Really well set up for mountain activities, walking, hiking. Marvellous. Right, short ride up to the lift. Turned off the main street. And 2 gondolas to go from. One the left, one the right. We're going to take the right one because it has the slightly better single track. Brings us back down to this lift, and then we'll cross the valley and head for the lifts that take us across to Bike Park Leogang. Spot a lunch and see where we get to. There we go, approaching the yellow lifts. I'll probably load first, help Jan load her second, and then reverse it on the way out at the top. Joker card. Pass 1 of 2 for the day.
Achter rückwärts bitte. Make backwards please.
Backwards.
Backwards, yeah. Pull up the bike and the back wheel on the seat.
On the seat, okay, cool. Thank you.
Noch rückwärts.
Sorry, English?
Backwards also. Up on the seat. Up, yeah, and lay down. Yeah, you have a strong man there. The back wheel on the seat.
Thank you.
Every lift is different.
Yeah, every lift is the different
Technique.
Because the chefs in every lift want something else.
Yes. Yeah.
This is simple for you, and if the door is normally open just like this, I need help. But if you don't need help, simple coming out with front and back.
Thank you.
Danke.
No told off this time. Instructions.
Instructions. Well, they were in German to start with, which is like danke, but English. Oh Lord.
Upwards we go.
Upwards we go.
So, view to the base station. We'll end up coming back down here-ish.
On that trail?
On that trail, indeed. And then the opposite side of the valley is the lift up to Bike Park Leogang. Bit of a traverse, rooty, rocky, beautiful traverse. And then we'll enter the top of Bike Park Leogang, but we won't descend. We've got to have the bikes back by 5 o'clock today, and to be honest, it's just fairly basic blue snaky bike park, relatively boring, could be anywhere in the world tracks. So,
and we did it yesterday, so we don't need to do it again today.
Yeah, so have a spot of lunch and then start traversing our way back. Right, here we are approaching the top station, our exit point. Track is that way. Let's see if we can get out of the lift without incident.
Why would we?
I don't know, tell me. here we are. What a great exit that was. What do you reckon?
Yeah, seamless. Big around the back, get some shade, get the pads on.
So we've come out of the lift, Jan's getting her pads on, we're going to head that way, down the hill, into the valley bottom, and then we're going to make our way around the valley bottom on the valley floor, and then right up there is the lifts that take you over the saddle, and literally over the saddle is Bike Park Leogang. If you're to drive by car, it probably takes you a good half an hour, 40 minutes to get from Leogang to where we are staying. Anyway, here we go. Right, just go and check out signposts and then head off down that way to the first and only single track on this side for us today.
This morning we're going to start with the Hackleberg Trail. These flies would just get lost. We're just going to head off over the mountains that way.
Sweet.
Let's go.
Alright, here we go. First section is a little bit gravelly from memory. A little bit janky and breaking bumps. It probably soon smooths off. What you notice about the trails in the Saalbach and Leogang is it's just berm city. So if you're not good at riding berms, you soon will be by the end of your holiday. Just some nice little jumps you can do. Some bigger ones, but if you don't know the track, then like me, I'm just doing the ones that I can see. But if you did know the track, then you can get some quite nice air time. I remember that one from the other day, so quite happy to take that one. And as you can see, berm, 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 and guess what? More berm. I'll take off there, but I don't have enough speed for that. And downwards we go. Can't remember the distance of this trail, but it's at least 3, maybe 4 kilometres. Maybe do a check when we get to the bottom. Bikers and walkers crossing here. I think it was walkers. This section.
Nearly.
This track can feel a bit janky in places, very rocky. It's either rocky or breaking bumps. But all good. That's what you're expecting in Alpine region. Good fun. Fine choices there. Oh. Right, I think we're approaching the halfway point. Not 100% sure, but we've travelled quite a distance to get this far. Halfway point for us was a drink stop at one of the chalets. Nice little side hops you can find. You keep your eyes peeled. Oh. Around the corner, not quite there yet. Here we are at last, halfway midpoint. A little drunk stop yesterday, but today we'll just carry on straight through. Whew, here we go. Yay.
Section 1 done. Whew.
Where next?
Little glass of water, and then we carry on the Hackleberg Trail.
PTU.
Part 2.
Hackleberg Trail continues to the right. And there we go. Part 2. Pretty much more of the same. Rocks, breaking bumps, and berms. Whee! The battery on this bike feels like it's going to rattle its way out. This bike check Rottweil, allegedly a high-end German brand, carbon fibre, Bros motor, but personally I think it's an absolute bag of shite. If these bikes ever came to New Zealand, I would definitely recommend to people not to even bother. No idea why they get such high ratings on mountain bike magazine reviews, but in my opinion, absolutely terrible. Whether it's a motor, I'm not used to the Bros motor, it doesn't give you any power when you need it, and the bike itself just looks like cheap, excuse my not French, but cheap Chinese made carbon fibre frame, plasticky, rattly, just terrible. No idea why it has such a reputation as a high-end brand. Anyway, gets us from A to B. And down as we go. Through some nice wooded sections. What we have found in this area is they do like their wooden structures. Probably mainly to get over trail features, water. Nevertheless, there's lots of wood to negotiate. Thankfully it's all got chicken wire on, so it's not too bad. Nice little traverse across. Speaking of wooden features, there you go, here's another one. Just get you over the alpine meadow, bit of a stream in the bottom, keep your tyres nice and dry, and the fauna nice and protected. All good. The dirt in the forest has now changed from rocks to a bit more dirt over the roots. And yeah, less rocks in this section anyway. Provides a little bit more flow without the chatter. And then maybe back into the rocks. Back into the wood section after that little mini traverse. And hopefully... Oh, no, here we go, rocks again. Little jumps over tables. Don't know, the tracks haven't probably got the trail speed, but we can always give them a go. A little bit short on that one. Oh, a bit better on that one. Better on that one. Rapido around the berm. And the trail continues. Bigger table there, I'm not going to make that one. Ooh, just. And back into another wooden feature. Thankfully it's dry. It's relatively safe. Hatewood. And it looks like we're coming out of, I guess it's the mid-station. So I had our drink stop, that must have been the first third, coming down to the second third, and then final descent back into Saalbach. So a tiny little fire road to get to the bottom third of the trail, and there's a mid-station where we came through, and I see a few guys there, and then the trail continues down to the village down there. Right, third and final section. May have a rest stop halfway down, but let's see how we go.
Let's see how we go.
Okay, nearly come to the bottom of this trail. Just sweeping S-bends, spreading all the way to the bottom, just so you can lose lots of elevation very quickly. So rather than traversing the hillside, opted for route number 1 straight down. That's okay. Again, good way to practice your burns. Not that I'm a bike coach by any stretch of the imagination, but where your eyes go, your bike will follow. It's important to look around those corners, look straight through them, look at where you want to go, not at the obstacle in front of you. Target fixation, as I used to call it when I was doing my motorcycle training. Same principle on a bike. You fix on a target, you'll hit it. No doubt about it. Right, I think that is officially the end of the trail. So, village in front of us, the gondola that we got up a good 3/4 of an hour ago. Oh no, trail continues. It's a never-ending trail. Crosses the road and carries on. Actually, we've still got quite a bit of elevation to drop. Trail that keeps on giving. Can't argue with that. So we roll back down from the lift to the gondola and make a right turn back through the village, past our hotel and onto the gondola that takes us up to Bike-Park-Leergang. Back through the village, through the pedestrian zone, nice and slow. So just come out of the village, literally 100 metres down this path, and here is our accommodation. I've been there for the 4 nights. Hotel Weisenegg, highly recommended. Staff, food, room, bike storage, absolute top notch. Made to feel really, really welcome. Incredibly highly recommended. We'll stay again. So from our hotel to the actual Saalbach itself, to the gondola we're going to, there's this beautiful wide cycle pedestrian trail. Keeps us way off the road from traffic, and this will take us all the way to the lift station, and then from there get on the lift. There's a mid station, carry on the lift, and then we've got a nice routed traverse to get across the saddle into Bike-Park-Leergang. But for now, just enjoy the cycle path by the river. Alright, we'll cross over the river and entering Saalbach itself, and carry on through the village, follow the bikers ahead to the gondola. So the village itself is pretty much car free. Maybe just access required for service vehicles. Really nice to see. Nice pedestrian friendly, lots of bars, lots of restaurants, lots of accommodation and gondolas, which is what we're here for. And there we go. Access the gondola. So, second gondola of the day, second joker card, final joker card to play.
Aww.
Aww. And as a reminder, joker cards are
Free
to participating guests in the hotel, well, participating hotel guests.
Yes.
Allows you 2 free bike uplifts per stay.
Yeah.
6 uplifts for walkers per day, and free bus transportation around the entire district.
I know, isn't it fabulous? All for free.
Fabulous. All part of your, I guess, your bed tax.
I guess so, yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But it certainly keeps the villages car free. It keeps the roads fairly quiet from vehicles, and super friendly for pedestrians and bikers. And no doubt skiers in winter.
Yeah, I can definitely see these are pretty cool ski resorts. They're going to be ski in, ski out resorts.
Yeah.
Because there's no vehicles in the middle of each of the little villages. And they've each got a separate tunnel as well that takes them from the west to the east end of the village. So cars don't need to come through. So it's fantastic.
And all the cars are pretty much stored away in underground car parking, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, you just don't see them really. It's awesome.
And with the travel, if you stay in a participating hotel, you can pre-ring the hotel and even get free transport from Salzburg to the resort accommodations.
Wow.
As part of the deal for hotel residents.
Pretty good, huh?
Not bad.
I think a little trip to Salzburg is a recommended one to get over here. You can see this in winter.
No car required.
No car required.
No car required.
Bugger.
Right, onwards and upwards. Right, here we go. Just a little section of the panorama trail, just to get us to the lift just at the bottom. And that's where the starting point is for the traverse through to Bike Park Leergang. So, short section of trail, I don't know, 100 metres, something like that. And it'll just get us to the base station just below us. And then the fun starts with all the routes. Lots of routes. Nothing but routes. Quite literally, just nothing but routes. So there we go, just come to the end of this really super short trail, and then we'll carry straight on. Shared walking bike path, so we'll see how we go. So here we are, bike to start the link access to Bike Park Leergang. Shared walker, shared biker, lots of routes. Hallo.
Hallo.
Danke.
Geht das?
Danke. Here we have the traverse across. Like I say, it is literally route city. Did this yesterday, so we know what we're in for. But as long as you pick your line choice, it's not too bad. And it's a soft landing if you do fall to the right. be very interesting on a hardtail. Glad for the full suspension, even though it is a relatively crap bike. High-engine Rottweil nonsense. Fox suspension, but as always with bike hire, you don't get your own settings. Again, line choice plays a relatively important part of this, also with positions of pedals, a few backstroke pedalling to get over some routes, but all fairly straightforward. Just got to keep your eyes out. Just glad it is dry and not wet. Apparently this is quite lethal when it's wet, but I don't think it's rained here for quite some time, so we're all pretty good to go. Okay, here we are, traversing across an open ski field. Just left the router track. We've got a little respite of that for about the next 1 minute until we hit those trees right over there. And then we're back into the router section and then drop down into a restaurant, and then we're basically in Leogang. Hello. Danke. So, as promised, back into the routes. Literally just pick your line. Pick your line and go with it. There's a couple of guys in front of us, two really nice Dutch guys on steam bikes, chatting to them for quite a while. They're on holiday as well, they're in front, and another chap behind them on what looks like a really retro mountain bike, but is as fit as a fiddle and is smashing through all of this. We've given a little bit of a head start because we do catch up with them with the e-bikes, but all credit them to riding this on a manual bike. It's pretty demanding, but thankfully we've got a little bit of assistance from the motor, so we can plough through it, use a bit of the bike weight to smash through the route and make our way to Leogang. Still carrying on the traverse, still negotiating the routes, but again thankfully it's all pretty dry. There are just lots of snakes all over the place, left, right, up, down, go in the direction, crossing your path. Just really nice and gentle, pick your way through and get safely to the other side. Still going through the routes. The general thing for this, it's an incline going this way, so lots of pedalling required. Going back is a little bit easier because you just use gravity to help you get through places. Now we're in an open meadow, and that's out of the trees. Hello. Danke. And just over the brow of the hill, after that restaurant in front of us, would be the start of the back entrance to Leogang, or Bike Park Leogang. So nice easy cruise to get to that restaurant. We won't stop there because dinner awaits at a really nice restaurant at the top of the gondola in Bike Park Leogang. So continue, here we go. So nearing the end of this traverse, we've got a little bit of road, 50 metres of road to get down to that restaurant. The guy who served us yesterday is a proper character, funny as fart, really good sense of humour, but we'll bypass this one and go to the next. So what's behind that gate?
So this is the traverse to Leogang, the top end of Leogang Bike Park, Epic, and also the lifts and some great restaurants. The restaurants here, I would say, the best we've seen in this region, up on the mountain.
Absolutely.
So we're going to traverse down here. It's mostly rocky, a little bit rooty in places, mostly down, but a few little pinch climbs here and there. A couple of nasty corners, quite rocky. But other than that, it's a really fun track. So we'll see how we go.
See how we go. All right, let's get to it. Through the gate. And there we go. For the first section of about 100 metres, it's shared walkers and bikers. This route is also a traverse for bikers coming the other way, so it's a two-way track. I did see some dudes coming the other way, but we'll probably take this more scenic route when we come back, because we have full bellies of food. Thank you. So this is the end of the walking track, and we go left down to the biking track. And here we go down. Again, lots of rocks, as you'd expect on the side of a mountain. Avoid those sharp edges. Tight turn coming up around here. Very tight turn if I remember from yesterday. What line should I take? I'll go down there, and swing up high and come round. There we go. Easy, easy. And then we traverse across here, and over those trees is Leogang. Hello. Thank you. There you go. Some mad dude going the other way. Good on him though. I certainly wouldn't do it on a manual bike. Eve, no problem. Manual, not so much. Here comes Jan.
Yeah!
Hi. This track has got a little bit of undulation in it. Not too much. This is where the e-bike does come to its own. If I can keep my momentum going. There we go. Whew. That was interesting. Little pinch climb. Happy days. And there we have it. Traverse to the top of Bike Park Leogang, or Epic Bike Park Leogang. Beautiful. There we go, restaurant stop. Bikes galore. How cool is that? Right, there we go, we just had a lovely lunch stop. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to head up that hill there, up to the gondola, and get back to where the link track was to get to here in the first place. We could go the track we came here on, that's a dual way track, but we're just going to take the scenic route and go up and over and around. So, approaching the cable car. That was not operating during the summer, ski lift only. Let's go around the back of that, and onto the next cable car, and then we're over the valley on the other side where we exited the link track. Beautiful. So just down below us over there is where we started the traverse track. So you can't see it on camera, but that's where the split was for the walking track. We took a left for the biking track, went left and into Leogang Bike Park. But here we're going to traverse up this hill and go around it, and then we drop down to the restaurant over there, and then we pick up the link track back to base. Little side diversion to have a scenery check. and to have a look at the musical chairs. Nice and relaxed, and have some classical music playing to us while we gently swing back and forth looking at the view. So where are we now?
We are right at the top of the peaks on the traverse, and looking out at the snow-capped mountains, which you can't see behind you. And I feel like I need a little bit of music just to set the scene. What shall we have? Might a little bit horny.
Okay. Do you want rolling out to the view?
Yes, if one could peel me a grape while I rolled out to the view.
I'll roll you out to the sun.
Champagne and a grape, please, peeled.
Anything else?
Just if you could purvey the view, that would be lovely.
There we go. Well, I think you've had 2 hours sleep now.
Oh, is that all?
Time to roll you back. Back we go.
Great.
Back we go.
Gently.
There we go. So we docked.
Okay.
Where now?
More riding. Onwards we go.
So, this is a view looking north. No, south, sorry. And if I turn around, this is what we should be seeing looking north. North is Leogang. And what do you find at the top of a mountain?
Well, obviously at the top of mountains in the Alps you find a sea lion.
Arr, 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 arr.
Arr, arr. Yeah. Feels safer than my bike.
More suspension than your bike.
It has, yes.
So here we are, dropping down a little fire road, and we're dropping down to the restaurant we saw at the end of the traverse track. And as we come down here to the right is that gate that we went through that sends us through to Leogang. And on the opposite side to my left you can see the traverse track, or I can, that goes back to Saalbach. And then we'll be taking that, riding back up to the gondola top that got us here in the first place, and then taking a nice blue line all the way to the valley bottom. Right, start of the link trail to get us back to Saalbach. And the fun and games of the routes. This time though the terrain is generally going downhill, apart from this small section, so the weight of the e-bikes will just help us power over the routes. Not that much pedalling required once we get round the corner, and then back onto the main trail network of Saalbach. Right, the track now is slowly going downwards, and we're entering the forest, which means we're entering Route City. Jan taking the lead on this one. I'll try and follow her lines, but keep enough distance back. Nice few tricky sections, negotiated Admiral by Jan. Very good. Like a pro. Did change her rebound setting on the rear shock. I think it was set up for quite a heavier rider, so way too fast rebound for her. So slowed that right down, so she has a bit more of a comfortable ride over the roots, and made a massive difference to her from when we tried this yesterday, when we had the rebound setting at the opposite end. So hot tip, if you do rent a bike, do check your rebound on your fork and your shock. Always worth it, because the bike shops generally will give you air pressures, but they will not touch or talk about rebound. Cheers, danke. Right, we're approaching the end of the link track. So cross over the saddle from one to the other, end of the link track and into a flow trail.
So that's the traverse done. That was pretty impressive actually. Lots of roots, lots of rocks, and super thrilled to get through that. So we are probably one trail down. Now we can see Saalbach in the bottom, and we're going to start Thurnerline. Thurnerline is a completely different trail, super flowy, big jumps, big doubles, all rollable. And so we're just going to go and have some flow fun next.
Go for it. Alright, start the Thurnerline. I've got to be super careful on here. We rode it yesterday. Absolutely amazing trail, lots of jumps, lots of pips. But as I don't know the trail, I'm on holiday, the last day of the holiday on the bike, it's nice and gentle. If I can see stuff I can do visibly, I will do, but otherwise I'm staying well clear. It's not the best of my hips in the world, but there we go. Nice and safe. There's a gap jump there, but too big for me. Don't really know it that well. Again, nice little boost jump there, but I don't really know the trail, so, and on an unfamiliar bike. So keep it nice and rubber on the ground as much as possible. Bit of jank through the corners. Alright, second section of this trail. Pretty much more of the same. There's quite a big few hip jumps that I remember, but not for me. As I said earlier, riding it blind and not really sure what's what. Oh, big boner log there. I remember that from last time, but only when I was on it. Nice hip jump from berm to berm there, but again, really only if you know the trail. Nice big jump there. Probably didn't have the trail speed for that one. Might get this one. No, I won't get that one. Too slow for that. Got that one there. Can't see, this one's a bit blind. Not enough trail speed for that. And there we go. Second section done. A little bit of a traverse until we get the next one. And here we go. Back into the third section now. Again, more of the same. Can't really remember it from yesterday. Only the second time riding. So steady as she goes. That wasn't very well negotiated berm. Don't like the loose gravel though, we're not used to that. back in Auckland, we used to clay, which has got its equal slippery properties when it's wet. But gravel, yeah, I'm not used to gravel. So, this is the gondola we took this morning, second gondola, sorry, to get us to Leogang. We're traversing on a fire road to get us to the top, and the reason we're doing that is because we're going to catch the blue line, which starts at the gondola, which will take us all the way down to the village Saalbach in the bottom. You can start the trail without doing the climb, but as we're on the eaves, why not? See you at the top. Alright, here we're off again. Panorama trail to start off with, just to get us down to that little lift station. We did take the left route down to like the Wurzel track, which is the link track to Leogang. We're not going to take that this time round. We're going to carry on this trail, and then it meets up with other trail names, can't remember what they are, and that'll take us to the valley floor. So more of the same, lots of berms, not so much rocks, but lots of breaking dumps. Just a little link trail to get us from one lift to the other, where the guys are all faffing around below us. That's the link trail down to the valley floor. So a nice flowy bermy trail again. Again, a few nice little tables if you know where they're coming. I really can't, so gotta keep it fairly safe. Except for little places like that where I can see, and that one. Apart from that, try and keep the riverside down. Right, back onto the next section of this trail. More of the same. Just this loose surface on top. Just not used to that in the Auckland region, New Zealand. Used to more I'm losing my words, more clay-based soils. Some nice little tables there, could do those. And maybe do this one. That's a bit of a floater. Maybe another table, and another one, and one more. Clearly trail etiquette here is not the same as New Zealand. We were catching Jan up, the guy behind me as well, so I slowed down for Jan. He just carry on through, but he's going to have to slow down for Jan anyway, so a bit of a different etiquette. That's all good. Another section. Nice when the berms aren't all full of little tiny rocks to catch you out. Nobody behind, which is good. Jan's in front, which is even better. a long trail this. I think overall the distance is well over 5k by the time you left the trail to the bottom. I'm not sure if it's the same trail or it's split into different ones. That's the rider front who's posted it's the same trail. That's a bit of a steep lip on that for such a small table. And again. Oh, need a little rest from the hands. A little sit down. Maybe that's why they build these wood sections to let you have a little rest. Approaching the mid-station to our second gondola this morning, our second joker card. That takes us back to the start of the trail. We just entered this one, so but we carry on down. Right, on to the next section of trail. I'm getting ever closer and closer to the village. But even though we can see it, we're still, from a trail perspective, probably still a good 5 minutes on the trail to get there. Just bend after bend after bend after bend. You could almost touch a village. In fact, yesterday we underestimated it, and yeah, it took us quite a while to get down. Sweeps across the meadows, bike school towards the bottom of us. So that's the ski school in winter. As you can see, just sweeping bend, sweeping bend, sweeping bend. What looks like a grassy field below us is probably about a kilometre of trail, the way it sweeps and snakes its way down the hillside. It'd be interesting to see on the stacks how long it is, but we are literally at the edge of the village. But I reckon there's a good kilometre of single track here to get us down to the bottom. The gondola in front is the one that took us to the top on our second joker card, and this trail has been basically crisscrossing the same gondola all the way down the mountainside. And there we have it, in the trail. Super nice.
I am ready for a beer.
Now back down into Saalbach village. Try and remember what side of the road to ride on. Keep right, keep right. There we go. Straight down the hill into the village. Quite a few bikers going up there for their last lift of the day. 4:15 is the last bike uplift. Walkers 4 o'clock. So they're going to go for one last ride. Time is up for us. Back to the hotel. Alright. Topping out from the village outskirts, back onto the main road, if you can call it a main road, over the river, back onto the cycle path, and back to our hotel. Pick up the charges for the e-bikes, and then we return the bikes back to the shop. So here we are, approaching the outskirts of our village. Hotel just behind these buildings in front of us, and cold beer awaits. What an epic day. 3 days of riding, first 2 days exploring, third day choosing the highlights of what to ride again for our last day. And what a cracking way to end a European trip. Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Italy and Austria. And not forgetting the UK. So here we are, just approaching the hotel and ready to relax. Yay!
Yes. Yes.